Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4. And for the ones who've been stuck under an entire rock or on another planet, y'all know how it ended for everyone. You seen Kanan mysteriously and ridiculously escape the police and make it to a hotel with Effie. And Effie gave him the bread to leave. We seen Drew finally go chase his passions and took his fellowship in Paris. Okay? We know Monet died the episode after that. And the last time we seen Diana right after she said to Drew, let's rebuild the family business. Drew said no. We're going to choose our own lives this time. It is clear that Diana has chose the game. After everything that happened to her, right? She already told us in previous episodes that after she lost that baby, you know what I'm saying? She thinking about the streets when she at school, and when she at school, she thinking about the streets. We also seen her be very, very angry. We also know her first 2 bodies are revenge kills. That lets us know that Diana will be in the game for the foreseeable future. And also, we now know that even though some of us, including myself, did not want to see Tariq end up with Diana, the writers have now written enough of the story, and they developed Diana's character and Tariq's relationship enough, including him consoling her after the death of their baby and everything else like that. They gave us enough for us to know that ultimately, if Tariq ends up with anybody, it's gonna be Diana. The way Tariq is gonna be moving, as far as he feels like he needs to move like a ghost and nobody needs to know about him or where he's at, the only person who could get close to him now would be Diana, right? Maybe we'll see a future event, since Effie's working for him, where Tariq sleeps with Effie again, and that would cause problems. But the woman that's meant for him now is Diana. And with that being said, we had the post-credit scene with Tariq obviously talking to Tommy. And that's obvious because who the hell else does Tariq love and respect enough to say, yeah, we still family, or we family, and yeah, I'm coming, I'm pulling up. It would only be somebody like Brayden, someone like Kanan, who's dead, but someone like Brayden, who, by the way, Tariq demoted, and that's going to make for great TV in the future, because you know they keeping Tariq and Brayden together, right? But anyways, you know Tariq is going to make an appearance in Power Book 4 Force. By the way, to the people who say Ghost is really dead and all of that, y'all know the whole entire time Season 3 of Force is going on, we still get to speculate, because they say allegedly he was on the set. Y'all know that, right? But anyways, Tommy's going to say, Tariq, come to Chicago. But here's the thing, right? Would Tommy tell Tariq to pull up by himself to Chicago when we know what Tariq is going to have to deal with in Chicago? You got Tommy, who he's looking for his girl. He has no real team that he can trust. He's already having differences with Diamond. You got Junkie Jannard, the flyest crackhead in history. He's going to be around. Shanti's going to be around. Tommy's not dumb, right? He's been an international drug lord. He knows he has to have a team, people he can trust. So, with Tariq pulling up, because we're going to get into Tariq's role and possible role and what's going to go on with Tommy, and also the fact that Tommy is likely to tell Tariq, yo, bring some people with you. So if he says bring some people with you, 1 or 2 people who you could trust, you're going to have Diana, who hits up Tariq some point around that time and says, yo, put me back on. I want to be in the game. I have nothing else to live for. My brothers are gone. My father's gone, right? My mother's gone. And mind you, This puts her in an even more vulnerable position than Tariq, and Tariq can relate, right? I had a hand, or I was involved in things that led to my family's demise, which makes it even more clear that they're going to be together. But she's going to be like, yo, Tariq, I need to get this money, this, that, and the third. I want to be on the team. You're the only person I trust in this game, blah, blah, blah. And Tariq is going to try to fight it off and be like, yo, all right, we'll keep it business. But eventually, it's going to lead them back together, right? I don't think Diana's ever going to betray Tariq again. Not the father of her unborn child that got killed. That's not going to happen, right? But because of what Tommy told Tariq, Tariq may say, okay, well, I got to go out of town. Come on with me to Chicago. I got to meet up with my Uncle Tommy. Now, let me tell you how this goes. Tariq could take Diana. Mind you, we can even open up a situation for Tariq to run into Two-Bit again and say, hey, Tommy's alive. Tommy need help. Pull up, right? Two-Bit know he could trust Tommy. Tommy will look out for him. Two-Bit may or may not be having money problems, this, that, and the third, right? He'd be like, let's make amends. Here's a money opportunity. Even now, if Tommy wasn't involved, Tariq got an opportunity to make amends with Two-Bit and say, yo, here's a money opportunity, this, that, and the third, right? I'm pretty much the biggest drug dealer in New York City. But the lane for him to bring both Diana and Two-Bit to Chicago, it's very, very possible. With Tariq telling Braden, okay, you want to earn some, with Tariq telling Braden, okay, you want to earn some of your trust back? I'm going with Two-Bit and Diana out of town, finna handle some business. You and Effie hold it down. And I might promote you back to being my number 2 when I get back. This is the type of situation that we're looking at, right? Because Tommy is going to need some help. Tommy is not invincible. Tommy is not a superhero. Tommy already got shot once or twice. And after you get shot once or twice in the Power universe, that next time you get shot, you're likely to die, right? Right? Which is another reason why we ain't never seen Tariq get shot yet. It's like, for whatever reason, they really wanted to be impactful, right? And since they waited so long, if he just catch a regular ricochet, or if he get popped in the arm or the leg by just a random underling, a random subordinate, it'd be trash now. But we could likely see Tariq bring both Tommy and Two-Bit to Chicago. And here's the thing. With Tariq able to provide work, if Tommy is in a situation where he's at odds with CBI, right, and Maria's family and them make it hard for him to get work and move work around, you now have Tariq, who will see it advantageous to help his Uncle Tommy so Uncle Tommy can stay alive, make money, find a way to find his girl, and also, hey, we got this new outlet of getting money in Chicago. So it works. And then when it comes to the relationship of Tommy and Diana, it's just like this. After Tariq breaks down to Tommy, yo, listen, this my BM, we was gonna have a baby, and we went through this, that, and the third with the police, and she became a savage after that, but she's also competent, because here's the thing, when it came to selling drugs, Diana was already good at it, right? So she's gonna be efficient, and I feel like Tommy is going to get on some real big brother, some big uncle shit with her too. He's gonna say, hey, you know what? I never met you, but Tariq cares about you enough to bring you down here. I also met your mom. She put a gun to my head. She's a tough bitch. You know what I'm saying? He might be fond of her in the way that he was fond of Liliana. Liliana was also somebody who was down for the team, do anything for the team, right? Competent at selling drugs, but just has some unfortunate situations, right? And he's going to be like, I'm not going to allow another situation like Liliana to affect me again. And there's a lot of different things we can do when you have someone like Diana around and somebody like 2-Bit. Somebody like 2-Bit who's smart enough to kind of do what Kane did and change outfits and appear to be somebody else. And somebody like Diana who could use her feminine wiles as well as her savagery and turn her savagery up at any moment. Maybe we'll see a fist fight between her and Shanti. Like, you never know. But as we move towards what is looking like to maybe be a relaunch of OG Power or a new Power book that will include Tommy, Tariq, Diana, possibly 2-Bit, as he is destined to confront Tariq about the Porsche, thus leading to him getting his head popped off by Tariq. Tariq will be smoking that 2-Bit pack. Although I've stated this before, I'm going to further explain why the personalities of both 2-Bit and Tariq make it inescapable that Tariq will be the victor of the situation, because Tariq is, of course, the main character. And being that Tariq's mind has been slightly altered after his ego trip, this makes it even more likely that 2-Bit will be put down. And as an extra side order to this meal that I'm cooking, I'll also explain why 2-Bit makes no sense to be in Chicago with Tommy right now, but how he may be useful once Tommy leaves Chicago, if Tariq doesn't kill him. And that's if the writers even care about him anymore. And we need to talk about this right now. This video is going to be another banger, so go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel so y'all can get this fire every day, because this is where you will get the wildest, most creative, and entertaining power theories on the World Wide Web. And also, if you're a Power fan or Power Theory content creator, I'm looking to collaborate with all of you in future videos. I'd also love to get you guys on the weekly live that I do 3 times a week. And I also want to let you guys know that over time I will be incorporating more shows. Like, for example, I believe I'm going to catch the final episode of House of Dragon. And I also am going to be doing weekly breakdowns and predictions for the Bel Air show and other shows as well. And if you want to be a part of that, email me at n.almighty1991@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at Nate_almighty_GDA. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. All right, y'all. So let's break it down like this. We all have seen the trajectory of 2-Bit and Tariq St. Patrick's relationship all the way from season 1 of Power Book 2 Ghost. And this relationship is not a friendship. It's not even a business relationship. It's not even a one hand washes the other kind of relationship. This relationship has been bullying, harassment. That's the exact kind of relationship that 2-Bit and Tariq has had thus far. And yes, even though it was 2-Bit who reached Tariq and then said, hey, people sending letters around, your mother about to get popped, Tommy about to kill your moms. We know 2-Bit did that, but 2-Bit didn't do that off the strength of the love. He did that because he wanted to further shake Tariq down. He's harassed Tariq, put guns in his face, punched him in the face, took his Porsche. They've had a very, very, very non-friendship based relationship. So when I tell y'all that Tariq is still gonna kill 2-Bit by the end of the season, probably no later than episode 9, it depends on the way they want to take it, right? Episode 8 and 9, we're likely to see 2-Bit get his head popped off by Tariq. And the reason why this is going to happen is, for one, like I just said, they don't have a beneficial situation where it benefits Tariq at all to keep him alive. 2-Bit, someone who is considerably older than Tariq. He thinks he's smarter than Tariq. He thinks he's tougher than Tariq. He has no idea what Tariq has been through, especially since Ghost has been gone. He has no idea for real that Tariq is even a murderer at all, making it even easier for him to get caught lacking and get his wig pushed back like Tyra Banks' hairline. This is what I need you to know, people. Okay? What makes people think that Tariq has any real use for 2-Bit when, yes, okay, he does have use for 2-Bit to where he could use 2-Bit as his muscle, but here's the thing. Y'all saying how Tariq could use him. 2-Bit arguably was way further ahead of Tariq when he got locked up. And upon him rebuilding, what makes y'all think that he's just gonna be an underling of somebody who he's like 10 years older than after everything he been through? And then here's another thing, right? 2-Bit parked that Porsche. That Porsche was not broken into. That Porsche was obviously taken by Tariq. You probably noticed the back of Tariq's head, right? And even if he didn't, there's only one person who would be able to steal that car without having to break into it with using the key. And that's Tariq. So that means 2-Bit is looking for Tariq right now. He's out of a car. He's out of the extra money that Ghost owed him, a debt in which he decided to make Tariq take up. Tariq is not going to play with 2-Bit, especially after he had his drink laced or his blunt laced, whatever it was. He's even more of a loose cannon. His energy was slightly more aggressive. The things he'd been saying after that trip, after that ego trip, has been slightly more. He gives a fuck slightly less about everything and everyone. So I would like for the people in the comments who think that Tariq is not going to kill 2-Bit, or even dare to say that he's not even brave enough to do it, you have to ask yourself, what purpose do the writers have for Tariq and 2-Bit at this point? Tariq thinks he's better than, 2-Bit thinks he's better than Tariq in every single way. He's not hopping on the team to work for Tariq and Braden and be a number 3, because that's what he would be, right? Then you got Kanan in the mix, which could push him to number 4 if they all cohabitate together again. This is what y'all saying, right? 2-Bit will be looking at this like, so I'm supposed to work for some little niggas? People who he don't even know are capable of the things that they have done. 2-Bit is going to be looking for Tariq, not for a job. When 2-Bit sees Tariq, he's going to assault Tariq. There's not going to be any talking. He's going to say, I helped you save your moms, and you took my car. Tariq's going to say, that's my car. 2-Bit's going to say, you pussy. And they're going to get into a scuffle, and Tariq is going to point a gun in 2-Bit's face, and 2-Bit is going to say, you ain't like that. And Tariq is going to put one in his head and 2 in his chest, and that's going to be it. Because right now, I don't see any way that it does not go down like that. And the only way it does not go down like that is if 2-Bit gets in contact off screen with Tommy, and Tommy says, leave Tariq alone, I got some business for you in Chicago. But here's the thing, right? Tommy got a whole lot going on in Chicago. 2-Bit can't help Tommy do nothing. 2-Bit is useless to Tommy, other than just being somebody who I guess could watch his back when he's going to war with what's going to be CBI, and the Irishman ain't done with him. Then you got Joe Proctor's family popping up in the mix, and he still will only be one man. So it's like the only way 2-Bit does not die, because I firmly do not believe he's going to end up in Chicago. It just doesn't make sense from a writer's perspective, from a narrative perspective, because how does he help Tommy? How? In a way that really matters. So the only way that 2-Bit even has a chance is if Tommy makes it out of Chicago and then calls 2-Bit and says, meet me in California. Other than that, I'm sorry, y'all. 2-Bit is going to be two-stepping with Jesus and the angels, man. I'm sorry. He's a goner, man. Boy is a goner. He's a goner. In what way would he approach Tariq where it's not going to be a situation? He going to go to Tariq and say, you took my car. Tariq going to say, nigga, that's my car. 2-Bit is going to say, I don't respect your shit. You a little nigga to me. A melee will ensue. A melee will ensue. Now, and if he gets the best of Tariq, right, and Braden is around, Braden is going to pop him. Braden's going to pop him. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. I think it's over for your boy 2-Bit. I really think it's over. But if you think you know how 2-Bit can logically make sense and fit into the story, right, while also considering what I said about how it doesn't really make much sense for him to be in Chicago with Tommy, while Tommy is having his last season in Chicago, if you could figure out a way where 2-Bit could... What do we know about 2-Bit as of now? Before 2-Bit got locked up and came home, 2-Bit got a chance to really climb the drug dealer ladder from being a regular nigga in the street, corner boy, to becoming pretty much a Primera and distributor for a large portion of the city, right? And if I'm using the wrong word, I know my boy DeMarcus or Support Gaming, one of y'all guys, y'all will tell me what exactly 2-Bit grew up and ended up being before he got locked up. I'm probably saying the wrong word. But like I said, he became a mass distributor. He became a guy who was selling and moving a lot of weight wholesale. He made it extremely far in the drug game compared to someone like even Tariq. Tariq, in my opinion, has yet to even make it as far as 2-Bit made it, right? 2-Bit became extremely successful in the street. And with that being said, that means that he would have made a lot of connections. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Connections that would be outside of Queens. So when I suggest that Zion knows 2-Bit, when you consider all the ridiculous plot devices and all the ridiculous yet still entertaining things that happen in Power that halfway don't make sense all the time, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not far-fetched to believe that somebody like Zion would have came in contact with 2-Bit at some point, right? Because to me, it seems like Zion and 2-Bit are at least around the same age. So at the time where 2-Bit was doing his thing, it's not far-fetched to assume possibly Zion was on his own similar come up, but a level or two underneath 2-Bit. But enough of a boss to where if he was going to get weight, he would personally meet somebody like 2-Bit. So if I say Zion knows 2-Bit, and through Zion, 2-Bit will confront Tariq it's not as far-fetched as one may think. It's not as far-fetched. Because it's very possible that before 2-Bit went to jail, Zion was Zion's supplier. And while Zion was locked up, Zion continued to bubble up in Manhattan. And where it stands, we don't have any evidence to suggest that Zion is doing that much more than he did. Now, we know that he's from Manhattan. We know that he had people selling work throughout the city, but it's not on a level where it seems to not be on a level that Ghost and Tommy were at. And of course, he knows Ghost and Tommy for some reason. I feel like we'll figure that out by episode 7. I don't think he's gonna live past episode 7, 8. So we'll figure out what that connection is. But like I keep saying, it's not far-fetched to assume that 2-Bit knows Zion, and we could have a scene where 2-Bit, because he came home, he has nothing. 2-Bit is basically broke. He living off of whatever help he was getting, whoever he's extorting, he been home, he running the city, nobody's talking about him in the streets, nobody's saying he robbed nobody, nobody's saying he moving a lot of work, getting his name out there. He don't have no team. So it's safe to say 2-Bit he got some kind of bread, but he doing bad. So what if 2-Bit decides to call up one of his buddies or one of his business partners who he used to deal with, and he says, yo, Zah, I need you to front me a couple bricks. I gotta get this bread. I'm down bad right now. I need you to look out for me because we used to do business. You know what I'm saying? This is off the strength of my name. I'll bring the bread back, blase, blah, blase, blah. And then in the midst of that conversation, Zion starts talking about this white boy and this kid who's Ghost's son, who they both would have happened to know of Ghost and Tommy, especially with 2-Bit, who was working for Tommy. Or 2-Bit saying, yo, man, I'm looking for this little nigga, man. He took my car. He owed me some money, blah, blah, blah. Right? And then he goes, matter of fact, you heard anything about this little nigga, you know what I'm saying, Ghost's son, James St. Patrick, blah, blah, blah. You be like, yo, you run with white boys and that third, college kid. And just like that, you have two guys who arrange a meeting, and then during this meeting, or Zion gives Tariq's drop to 2-Bit, and 2-Bit pops up to confront Tariq, thus resulting in, of course, 2-Bit is going to end up putting Tariq on his ass and beating on him, leading to Tariq shooting 2-Bit and killing him, or Braden being around, saving Tariq's life yet again by shooting and killing 2-Bit. I don't think it's that far-fetched. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace. Let's talk about who's on the chopping block out of that list. Who's most likely to go, right? Or who it seems like they could go at any moment. We got Effie, Tasha, Drew, Carter, Davis. Some people say Braden, right? I just named 6 people for y'all. We know Monet and Kane not dying. We know that. But I literally just named 6 people for y'all. Oh yeah, and let's talk about Noma and possibly Anya, right? That is 8 people. That is 8 people who are almost completely destined to die by the time the ending credits roll of Power Book 2 Ghost, episode 10, and the entire series is over. But you want to know what's crazy? In episode 8, all the people that I just named, not enough has happened yet for those people to die. Did I mention Effie? I believe I mentioned Effie already, right? And if not, here's the thing. I believe Effie will live and make it to be Tariq's biggest op, one of Tariq's biggest op for whatever reason and whatever spinoff they're going to be in, right? We know Kane going to live as well. But either way, that's at least 5, pushing 10 people who are going to go. And I'm going to tell y'all right now that they have a lot of carnage in store for us for the last 2 episodes. In the last 2 episodes, we're going to see the likes of Drew die by the hands of Kane, Noma die from either Monet, Tariq, or My First Bet is Anya. Okay, we're gonna have Carter die at the very end. Carter is due for at least one more victory. They're not gonna kill him before episode 10. And then we got Tasha, right? Tasha is liable to die either in episode 9 or 10. We know Tariq told her all of his business. She's gonna feel like Tariq got nobody who he can really trust. She never talks about, Tariq never talks about Braden to Tasha. So Tasha is going to be under the assumption that Tariq really has nobody. We know Tasha's going to jump out the window. She going to get a head pop one way or another. She going to get killed. But including Davis, maybe Davis, based off of the previews that we seen where Tariq tells Davis, yo, your allegiance lies with me, right? Maybe they would want us to think Davis will be killed in episode 8 for going against Tariq in episode 8. But Tariq would not move that fast to even kill Davis if Davis really chose to be on Noma's side. He would still want to figure out, and it would take some time for him to figure out if he could still use Davis, if there's anything still to gain from Davis. Which brings me to 2-Bit and why 2-Bit will be the surprise big kill, right? That great kill, the huge death that we will see in episode 8, airing tonight / tomorrow. It will be 2-Bit, and I'm gonna explain why, okay? 2-Bit did not go to Chicago to be with Tommy, y'all. Right? 2-Bit thinks Tommy is dead. Tommy would have to find out that 2-Bit is alive and out and reach out to 2-Bit on his own. Wait, no, I'm bugging. Wait, does 2-Bit know Tommy is alive? Mind y'all, hey, listen, I'm shooting off the hip with this, you know what I mean? I can't be all perfect with my video essays all the time, like movie bot or whatever. But I think y'all guys rock with me for this and my imperfections, right? But my first thought was that 2-Bit does not know Tommy is alive. We have not seen Tommy connect with 2-Bit at all, reach out to 2-Bit at all. So I'm saying this assuming that 2-Bit does not know Tommy is alive and they have not spoken. Regardless of anything, he knows that Tariq took his car. That Porsche, he knows that Tariq took the Porsche back. He did not see anyone bust the windows of the Porsche, hop in, drive. That would have took a little bit more time. He would have caught that. He knows it was Tariq. He knows that Tariq probably had a spare key that he overlooked. He knows this. And he has spent the entire course of the season looking for Tariq. And the thing about this is that he could run into Tariq at any moment. And we talking about a major death for episode 8, right? There's also a chance Elle could die. Elle probably told Stokely about the drug operation with the rap sing-song group and all that, right? Right? Elle could end up dying, but Elle is not a major character. We don't care about her enough for her to be a major death. So what I'm saying is, she could die too, And we will still see Tariq kill 2-Bit. We know 2-Bit is looking for Tariq, like I said. And at any random moment, Tariq could be outside doing anything. Tariq could be outside doing anything. Moving around. We know he's going to be moving around, trying to get dirt on Carter. Moving around, trying to do something to L. We also know that Tariq and Brayden, they're going to be stepping into somebody's home with guns blazing, looking for somebody. That somebody is not going to be 2-Bit. They don't have a reason to go after 2-Bit, right? But what I'm saying is that every other time we seen 2-Bit, 2-Bit popped up at the most unpredictable, unexpected places, right? Popped up at Tariq's dorm. Popped up in front of Tariq at the most random time, the end of last season. Like, yo, somebody trying to get your mother killed. And that's whether 2-Bit knows Tommy is alive or not. 2-Bit, they have written 2-Bit to pop up at all these random times. So I'm telling y'all that it's too early. Even though there's like 5 people out of the major cast that's gonna die before the season's over, these deaths will take place. I'm talking about 2 or 3 in episode 9, 2 or 3 or more in episode 10. They're gonna go out with a bang, all right? Everyone in the cast, they really did know that this was gonna be the final season. They gotta wrap all of this up. And some of these people we can even expect to die at the same time, at the same place. We can expect a crazy shootout, but even crazier than the warehouse shootout that we seen during the season finale of season 3. We are going to see in episode 8, however, 2-Bit is going to randomly run down on Tariq. Tariq is going to be in a very bad mood. We already know he's forced to be under Carter's thumb. He's forced to find a way to screw Carter over. He's still got to work with the Tejadas, even though he hates the Tejadas. He's still grieving from losing his child at the hands of Carter's subordinate, right? You got him worrying about Tasha and everything. And then, to top it all off, it seems like Brayden is going to kill the wrong person. Tariq is not going to kill Brayden. I don't believe that. At least not in episode 8. He going to let it slide, and he's just going to be upset. And I'm telling y'all, 2-Bit is going to run into Tariq at the wrong moment. He's going to try to say something crazy to Tariq and be like, yo, bitch, where my car at? He going to be like, nigga, the car's gone. 2-Bit going to be like, all right, well, you owe me some money. I want $20,000. I want $50,000 or whatever. We're going to see Tariq point a gun in 2-Bit face, and he's going to say something along the lines of, I'm tired of dealing with you. You trying to extort me. I got cops trying to extort me. He going to say a bunch of stuff to 2-Bit that we going to be like, yo, why is you telling 2-Bit this? And he's telling 2-Bit this because he intends on killing 2-Bit. He going to point a gun in 2-Bit face. I don't think he's going to get the drop on Tariq and be able to punch on him and beat him up, because we just seen Zion do that to him. I think he's going to run down. He's going to think lowly of Tariq. He's going to say, yo, you owe me some money. Tariq going to be like, no, I don't. That was my car. Whatever you had with my father, that nigga's not here anymore. 2-Bit is going to say, so what's going to stop me from beating you up and killing you right now? Tariq is going to put a gun in his face. He's going to say something gangster, like what he said to Zion and Junior Young.